Fantastic.
Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to Hellish in the Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a pot noodle pizza, and there's only two things you need to do that: a kitchen and some ingredients. First up, it's the pot noodles, and for a medium pizza like this, I'm using two, and the flavour I'm using is beef and tomato, and I'll explain why a little later. We're going to put extra water in to overfill to make it really saucy. And there's a reason for that. And we're going to fill it just probably a centimetre to 15 millimetres higher than we normally would. And we'll let them cook. Okay, they're both done. And the next thing we're going to need is a pan. There we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the pan and a sieve on the hob, and we're going to drain the noodles through that sieve. I'm going to get all the juices from the pot noodle into that pan. And what we're going to do is we're going to use those juices from the beef and tomato to make the sauce for the pizza. So let's put that one in as well. There we are, cracking. Don't need them now. There we go. Once they've drained, we can put them to one side and take our lovely, lovely saucy goodness and turn the heat up, because we're going to add some tomatoes. There we go. And we're going to heat it up all together and reduce it down into a nice, thick, lovely, tomatoey, beefy pizza base. So our sauce has been bubbling away now for about 5 or 6 minutes, and it's a nice saucy consistency. All that extra liquid from the noodles has gone down and it's been reduced slightly. Now we're time to make our pizza, so we can use some pizza bases, or you can make your own. Now, as soon as we're making a pot noodle pizza, we're probably quite lazy, so you're probably going to be getting shop bought ones anyway. There we go. Nice. So, we've got our base, we've got our sauce. Let's turn the heat off and get a good dollop of our sauce and pop it on the pizza base there. There we go. Just going to spread that around there so we get a nice amount of sauce all over the whole thing. There we go. Yeah. As you can see, it's spreading quite nicely as well. It smells good. It smells, I don't know what it smells like. I suppose it smells a little bit like beef tomato pot noodle, but it's just, I don't know, saucy. There we go. Let's get a bit more on there. I think that is going to be just about right. Fantastic. Right then. Well, we've got our base, we've got our sauce. It's now time for some noodles. So we're going to take some of the noodles, pop them on top, and just spread them around. Like I said, a medium pizza like this, or a medium small pizza, just one pot noodles and half a tin of tomatoes will do it. But we've got enough here to make two fantastic pizzas. Look at that. Oh, lovely. Just a little bit more round here, making sure we get plenty of topping on there. You don't want a pizza with not enough topping on. Yeah, looking good. A little bit more. There we go. Cracking. Now, the only thing we're missing now is the cheese. Now, I like to put cheese on top of pizzas. There's two reasons for this. One, Lady Hellish is lactose intolerant, so we buy pizzas without cheese and then lob it on the top. And two, because it does a nice coating over the top, kind of locking in all the flavour and smells. And you want to be locking in these sort of flavours and smells, I tell you. Oh, nice sprinkling of cheese. Plenty of that. In fact, let's just put a load in the middle there and just push it around with our hands. There we go. Oh, yes. Make sure we don't spill any of that wonderful, wonderful cheese. There we go. Oh, now that's piled up quite high indeed, but that's perfectly fine. Right, let's lob this in the oven. There we go. If you don't know how long or how hot to do it for, neither do I. I'm going to do this for about 10-12 minutes on about 200 degrees C. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's been, well, I don't know how long it's been because I forgot to put a timer on, but let's have a look anyway. Oh, yes, we're ready. Let's turn all those knobs off. Oh, yes. Well, I have to say, it smells pretty good and looks pretty good too. Now I just need to choose a piece that I can get my fingers into to give it a taste. Hopefully it's not too hot, as it's still just come out not long ago. Oh, that is all sorts of weird and all sorts of amazing. Really nice tomatoes pulling through with extra power and flavour from the pot noodles, and then the noodles on top with cheese. Fantastic. Now that is a fantastic pizza. I highly recommend this, and using the beef and tomato to go with the tomato sauce I think was brilliant. I might even try other flavours in the future, but for now, from me and the pot noodle pizza, it's goodbye.